Howdy folks, this is Archer's Paradox again. I promise to at least do one video a week. It's Sunday, so it's my free day off. What I just got completed is a carbon fiber tank. It's a stand I just built. I was at Lowe's this morning and I've been mulling over how to store these carbon fiber tanks without having any damage to them. I was looking at the hose clamps and so forth. And in fact, I was about ready to pull the trigger on a couple of nice stainless steel hose clamps I'd seen on eBay. They were the T-style that just locked. And I was in Lowe's and I started looking around and I realized I had a 4.5 inch hole saw. So I just thought, you know what, I'm going to go to the wood section and look at some poplar. This is just a standard 1 inch by 8 inch 2-foot section of poplar. And the Ninja 90 cubic inch 4500 psi tank is 4.5 inches in diameter. So I went ahead and at first I was going to put them right next to each other. I decided to put them on either end just to have clearance for my Benjamin dual fuel adapter. But essentially what I'm doing is I've got a second tank coming in the mail hopefully in a week or so from Droids Max. Just give Ray a call. And I'm going to cascade the tanks. For some of you guys that don't know what cascading tanks is, essentially what I will do is, if I can get my macro to focus, I just figured it out on my camcorder. Right now, my first tank has just slightly under 2,000 psi left in it. So what I will do on my Benjamin Discovery Disco Double, I will shoot down to about 1200 psi and I'll continue filling the tank or filling the reservoir in the Disco with this tank, and I'll let this slide down to probably 1200 psi before I go to my second tank, which will be over here, which I will top it off. Top it off is just a matter of maybe 2, 4, 600 psi, whatever I had left to fill from this tank. So essentially, this tank will be the top off. This one will be the primary fill. And from my understanding, this 90 cubic inch tank at 4,500 psi from Lloyd's calculator on GTA library, for my disco, for a standard disco, you should get approximately, I think it was almost 26 or 27, maybe more fills. And with my Disco Double, I have a 246 cubic inches to fill because of the second tube. Obviously, I'm going to have less than that. But the advantage of cascading two tanks is that it's more efficient than just emptying one bigger tank. So anyways, here's the Benjamin dual fuel adapter. So I get the macro to focus in. The dual fuel adapter, I don't know if you've noticed, I've actually got the port switched on them. From the factory, these ports are actually reversed. And I just got a fitting to get the correct sizing. And I did that primarily because from the factory, you actually fill from this end, and I couldn't clear my TKO muzzle brake, so I went ahead and just reversed the fittings, or got the correct fittings, and so we're there. One more thing, I don't know if you notice on my regulator, it has a 2400 psi output. This is standard Ninja paintball regulator, and I had Ray is actually in contact with Ninja, and they custom shimmed this regulator. I know Bob on GTA R Stern, he did a really nice write-up on shimming these regulators to get a specific output. Originally, I was intending on my Disco. I had the heavy hammer spring from R Stern, and I started out at 2400 psi, and my sweet spot really actually doesn't start until around 2200. So I'm only filling. My top pressure is 2200, and I shoot down to about 1200. One thing to reiterate, I did the 10/32 screw mod on the Disco valve, It's captured in 2 places. Do that for safety reasons. Under no circumstances do you guys overfill your Benjamin Discovery above 2,000 psi unless you've done the prescribed mods to the valves. But anyways, I'm pretty happy with the little tank holder. It didn't cost too much in lumber, just primarily my time. I did the Rust-Oleum bed liner paint on it. Worked out pretty nice. I actually have room for a 3rd tank if I want to put a 3rd tank in there, but time will tell. I thought about getting a second dual fuel adapter, but it's really no big deal, just unscrewing that one and then putting it on the 2nd tank. So anyways, that's it. That's it for this week's video, and we'll see you guys on Gateway to Air Guns.